Okay, internet friends. Today I'm just kind of screwing around. I dug this baby out of the little boneyard that I've got. I had a buddy of mine 3D print it a few years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago. Can't remember. But we built it with this little stub in mind, which I got out of like a, I don't even remember, some subwoofer, some like 5-channel amplified surround sound thing that I don't know, I just scrapped out the parts because I like screwing around with components. But I'm driving it with this old plate amp that just I use for testing purposes sometimes, and it's pretty good. But this guy, it actually does pretty good. I had it at my desk when I had a desk job, and it sounds pretty good. We 3D printed a port out of the back. You just hear the port noise because the wires ran through there, but anyway, yeah, it does pretty good. But I was curious to see what this port would, or what this sub would do in this box, which I got out of like an Audi A4, I think. I can't remember, it was a long time ago. It fits down a little spare tire hole. But I'm curious to see what this little guy will do in there. Anyway, let's screw around and find out. Okay, I got it transferred over. It's in. Feels solid, I guess, for being Fisher Price. I guess just as much Fisher Price as this. This is more lifetime Fisher Price than Lunchbox. But this has considerable port noise. That port's almost whistling. It's interesting. If this was tucked in with your spare tire back in the back of your car, behind your back seat, underneath that pad, port noise wouldn't be an issue. But yeah, but I have another idea. So this is the driver we've been screwing around with. I mean, it does decent. It sounds okay. I mean, for what it is. But I was wondering if we tried something with a little more ability, and see how these speaker boxes handled it. I figure we could try this fella. Gonna build some adapter plates, mount that. It won't fit in either box normally. We're gonna have to invert it. But we're gonna try it. Stay tuned. And Bob's your uncle. Adapter plate. Let me get it wired and fired. All right, buddy. It's a little front heavy. She might need a reduction. But let's see. See what it sounds like. Oh yeah. Nothing but port noise. Listen to all that port noise. Howdy, shame on you. safety sounds? Good job. Okay, I've got it set up at fear it might be a death sentence, but we got to give it a shot. So I took the port off just for ease of getting it mounted, because this thing, with this being as light as it is and this as heavy it is, it was monkeys and footballs. So I just took the port off, stood it up, mounted the adapter plate, mounted the sub, and let's give it a shot. And I'm listening to Thanks by You by Boz Skaggs. Thanks to You by Boz Skaggs. It's a fantastic signal. That doesn't sound bad. Definitely hear some leakage, but sounds way better than that. There's definitely port chuffing. Let me see if I can turn this over with one hand. Oh, yep. Okay. Heck yeah. Yeah, there's port noise, some leakage. I brought over some other ports just to kind of mess around with the sound. I'll run the math in WinISD, figure out a port length. Because I know smaller boxes need longer ports for tuning lower. Oh, that's not bad. Besides the port noise. That's all right. Way to go, Thomas. Let's check out WinISD and see what they say for port length. Okay, forget that last. I mean, I know I didn't bring you back for the port. The port length I had was pretty good, really, really close. But piss on all that. This, I had this in the boneyard also, which is a passive radiator sub built by Definitive, and it had a blown driver. Actually, it didn't have a blown driver. They use a really particular resistance. I think it was like at 40 ohms or something like that, which I tested with my multimeter, and I'm like, the voice coil's trash, like it's at 40 ohms. So I trashed it, not knowing it was good. But it's okay. I built an adapter plate for that 6.5, and fellas, this thing right at 30 hertz is ripping, dude. And it sounds clean. That is pretty wild. I'll be interested to take it into an enclosed space. Right now, it's my whole garage. And it is working. I bet this thing would sound pretty sweet in, the corner of a room, or even the back of a Tahoe or something, wagon. Anyway, pretty cool. I love screwing around with stuff like this. I hope everybody gets a chance to experiment and just goof off. It's fun. Good times.